So I'm gonna make some very, very quick tofu steaks. They're not really steaks, they're kind of like Spam. But I loved them. I'm making this intro and the exit after the fact, and I've eaten them. They were really, really good. Can't wait to show you how I did it. I don't know if you've ever tried to do tofu like this, but I pressed my tofu in my tofu presser, little spring activated thing. I got it off Amazon, what, $25? So I pressed it, and then I sliced it in half, and then those halves in half to make these 4 Spam looking patties. And I put them in these 2 bowls, and all I put in the bottom of the bowls was, I put 2 pieces in each bowl. The only thing I put in the bottom of the bowls was liquid aminos and a little bit of coconut aminos. Put olive oil on the pan, and I got it nice and hot. And now I'm trying to get them, they might be a little too hot actually, but haven't done this before. This is my first time ever trying to do this. So I'm going to reduce the heat down to about 3.5. I had it at 5, going down to about 3.5. And I'm going to let these kind of slow sizzle here. Might even put this lid over it. Look at those little containers, aren't those awesome? Holds the lids for me, I use them quite a bit. I might put the lid over it and let it kind of simmer on there. And I might end up throwing some spinach and some spinach in there to wilt. But the only really season I have in it are those, what it marinated in. And I let it sit in there and marinate for a good, probably 30 minutes, honestly. And I put that tofu press right there. They stayed in that thing for a good, probably another 30 minutes. So it got quite pressed, and they're absorbing the liquid aminos pretty well. So this is gonna be breakfast for me. I'm gonna see if this tastes good. I'm gonna put the phone down now and I'll record the final product. So I've already eaten one of these whole things, and I'm not gonna lie, they're a little spongy. So the interior is still just a little spongy, kind of like most tofu. But this was the least amount of work. Like, I literally was thinking, what's the easiest way I can get this to taste good and not do too much work? And so I could have air fried them probably and made them crispier, put a little bit of cornstarch. It would have been more time. This was so simple, and I can totally eat these. They remind me of good taste in Spam, to be honest. And I could see putting a little bit of maybe even some tofu scrambled eggs with them and treat these as Spam. But I could also see this being in like dinner and add some veggies to it, maybe a little bit of fruit, whatever you wanted to add to it. But I honestly think they're pretty good. I see people do this, show me your bite. Exactly what I'm doing here. The flavor is really, really good. I like soy sauce. I like liquid aminos, soy sauce, tamari, and all that kind of stuff. Quite good. You should make some. It's easy. Plus, it's the same macros as my other meals that I've been putting online, the exact same macros. For those of you who hadn't seen that, I'll show you a picture of the label. For those that knock tofu meals, I mean, I guess I get it. I really don't get it, but you can say whatever you want. I've been eating tofu for at least 20 to 25 years, but look at this. I'm just eating this block. This is literally just a block that I pressed, again, over here in my presser. And we're looking at about 450 calories, 500 calories. Let's just say 5 and round it up. And then fat, we got what, 18 grams total for the whole package. And almost 40, right at 40 grams of protein. Now you can put nutritional yeast on top of this, and it would add protein to it. You can put any protein-rich, like lentils or anything extra that you want to add a little bit. You can even probably put protein powder and sprinkle over it if you want to do that. But I'm eating it just like this, and it is really, really, really good. And these stats are fantastic. I'm literally still chewing this bite that I took, but I took my own advice and put nutritional yeast on it, which adds a little bit of protein as well. And it's very tasty. Nutritional yeast, if you haven't tried it, it's kind of like Parmesan cheese. That would be the best equivalent that I could compare it to. But I put some nutritional yeast on there, and it is really, really tasty. I haven't added any salt or pepper or garlic powder or nothing. It's just the tamari, I'm sorry, the liquid aminos. But that's salty enough as it is, so it really tastes good. A very, just the slightest amount of olive oil was in the pan, and then I slid those 4 blocks around in that to get it kind of soaked in so that it'd start cooking. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that quick and easy tofu. I'm trying to do that. I don't know if you've noticed from my videos recently, but I'm on a month long of plant-based protein hacks and tricks and ways to get them in pretty quick. I literally just ate a giant bowl. I call it super oats. You know, it's kind of like, obviously, when people make all these big oatmeal bowls and put all health stuff in it. That's what I have been eating, one of those a day. I'm actually I've got blood work that I took before I started doing this experiment for this month. And I'm gonna do the blood work after and see if I've improved. Specifically, I'm looking for lipid profile and see if I've lost any protein. It tracks protein too, so we'll see.